Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Happy Sunday to you. Happy New Year again. We're just going to hit the ground running. We have a story here. All right, great. We're just going to hit the ground running, as I was saying. And we have a comment reaction. We're going to start with a comment reaction. This is what unallies women in unhealthy marriages. Somebody left a comment, and I'm going to read it. We're going to talk about it and see if we can get some more lessons as to continue. As you know, the story really never ends. We have to keep going. We have to keep learning. That's how it goes. So this is what unallies women. This is about May and Yul Edochie. So I did a session last time we talked about, and I think I made a comment about we don't know what happened in that marriage. Happy New Year, babe. Wins, good to see you, babe. Wins, good to see you. Happy New Year, welcome back. So I think I make a comment about we don't know what happened in that marriage, and it didn't sit well with, I'm guessing it's a lot more than one person, but somebody was courageous enough to leave a comment. So I figure we should talk about this. I'm going to read the comment and then I'll answer her question. She said, manofprestige, why and how does it matter that we do not know what happened in the marriage? We're talking about Yul and May Edochie's marriage. You might even ask, what does it matter? Why are we talking about this? Well, they're public figures, and since none of you will tell us your full stories in public, we might as well just see if we can extract lessons out of this. She said, what does it matter if we do not know what happened in the marriage? Well, it matters because it allows you to apply grace more than you would normally or usually apply. So that's the first answer to this. So whatever happened in the marriage, does it justify his own refusal to let May go? Why does he not sign the papers and free her due to what happened in the marriage? He/men cannot have it both ways. So this person is talking to the gender men. This person is probably a gender warrior, which is not a crime. Most people are gender warriors these days, but it's the same reason why most people are ending up in divorce. When I say most or divorce, take it with a pinch of salt. I mean, unhealthy relationships. Let's just take it that way. If something happened in the marriage, that is fine. Then act consistently. Do not beg the woman to stay. I know. Why did he beg publicly and privately? What does that say about this sweeping statement you want to make as an excuse for bad behavior from men? Well, speaking of sweeping statements, we'll get back to that. Surely we do not know all that happens in a marriage, but not knowing does not nullify the fact that his behavior is consistent with something have happened. Okay. Why use power and influence to keep her chained in the marriage? She openly said she does not want any more. So does her voice. Does her voice matter? I guess that's a question. What is the relevance of this? No one knows what happens in marriage in this context. Let me repeat, just so that we can be self-aware and apply a little bit more grace when we normally would not do that. We normally will see the side from the side of our brain that works, right? Usually from the side where you can relate with the most, and then you pick a side and the other person is just the enemy, right? That's all of us behave that same way. But we also know that you're probably not going to benefit the most from that angle because everybody does the same thing, but there's only a few winners where most people are losers when it comes to relationships. So we want to make sure that we're following on the right side of this. So we need to be coming down with the judgmental, whatever, like anything remotely close to it. I'm not saying you're judging, but anything remotely close to it, we just want to make sure we're assessing, making sure, right, which is never perfect, right, making sure that we're always assessing from a place of grace. It's very important, very important. That's the point. So she said, even if we do not know what happened in marriage, we know that May wants out. Judge on the man's behavior and the second woman's. It is obvious that no one would want to stay with such characters daily. Well, they want to stay with each other, and it seems like a lot of people in the public don't like that, right? I wonder why. I think I know why. It's because they're the enemy, right? Set her free. He must do the right thing and let her go. He cannot have it both ways. This is what unalives women in unhealthy marriages. Now, when she says, I don't know if it's a she or he, shout out to Hopes Esperanza 2867. I don't know if it's a he or she, but this is my guess is as good as yours. It's probably a woman. This is what unalives women in unhealthy marriages. And what is this that unalives women in unhealthy marriages? You know, what is it that unalives? And why are we going so far? Why are we so quick to go towards the direction of unalive? The reality is that yes, some people do unalive in marriages. You notice I said people, not just women, right? And this is one too many of those kind of cases happening. We don't want that happening, regardless of what side of the gender, right? So usually when that happens, that's too late. She says, set her free. He must do the right thing and let her go. He cannot have it both ways. This is what unalives women in unhealthy marriages. The topic was more so about, this topic that I covered was more so about how she was celebrating, how Judy Austin was celebrating a newfound husband that she said she would have found him and love him sooner, right? She's basically saying that's the best thing that happened to her. I'm sorry, it's not every time we cover this story that we will cry and be quote unquote holding Yul Edochie and Judy accountable. I'm sorry, no, there are other lessons inside of this story than this, right? And we need to start paying attention to that. So the lesson here, the lesson that I really wanted to highlight today is simple, okay? Push against yourself, all right? Because it's very clear that this person said, judge on the man's behavior. Unfortunately, I don't judge, okay? I try not to. Actually, I do, because I'm a human being like you, right? But I try not to. The easy thing for me to do is judge. I want to try something a little bit more difficult, something a little bit harder, right? Like assessing things beyond what is right and what is wrong. When you cheat on your wife or your husband, it is wrong. There's no need for me and you to argue back and forth about that, okay? And polygamy is not wrong by itself. How you execute polygamy can be wrong. Polygamy has a lot of downsides, right? If a person cannot manage one wife, there's a good chance they will suck at managing more than one wife, right? So me and you kind of agree on that. That's easy. For me and you to agree, that's easy. The harder thing for me and you to do is to sometimes disagree, right? Or to rub minds together and say, hey, what can we learn from this beyond the obvious stuff? You know, what can we learn from this, right? I know it is super difficult to find yourself learning from behavior from someone like Judy Austin. What is there to learn? What is there? God forbid bad thing. Somebody was trying to talk about Trump yesterday. Say, I don't want to act like okay, you know, because I understand. But again, the key thing here to answer your question, why is it so important that we need to highlight that we do not know what happened in that marriage is very important so that you can apply humility and grace when you're judging other people. Okay, it is super important. That's what I wanted to extract out of this today. Do me a favor, as you're coming in, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back. Leave me your comments. I love the comment. Leave me your comments, okay?
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.